Alright then creators, cards on the table. I'm not here to sell you fake, worthless views. However, what I am here to show you is how to get more quality views for free the right way. I'm here to show you how to do this and produce results that look like this so that you can grow your channel organically. If you're here to try and hack the system or cheat on YouTube, all we can do really is politely send you on your way and wish you the best of luck with the community guideline strikes and channel termination you're about to encounter. Put very, very simply, buying YouTube views is against terms of service. And even if you could legally buy views, the only reason the viewer is watching your content is because of financial incentives. Now, of course, such videos would be of extreme value to the viewer. Cold, hard, physical cash, right? But you ain't going to be able to sustain such a strategy for very long as a creator, are you? So what we are here to do today is to maximize those views that you do have and convert them into more views now and more views in the future. And that, my friends, starts with end screens, even though I'm talking about end screens at the beginning of a video. Even though we've had over a decade to get familiar with end screens, they remain one of the most underutilized and undervalued tools on YouTube. And I include myself in that mistake up until 6 months ago. Since then, we have been making a very conscious and concerted effort to maximize the power of end screens. And the first and easiest thing to do is to keep end screens simple. I know from experience that it is difficult to resist the 4 elements that you can put on an end screen, but just take a look at the screen. There's far too many options for the viewer to choose from. So keep it to just a single call to action end screen that you're going to directly address at the end of a video. And that single end screen needs to directly address the viewer's immediate needs. Based on the video the viewer has just watched, you need to explain what the next step is. And you need to explain to this viewer why they should care about this next step. And then you need to convince the viewer that the video you are promoting in your end screen is that next step. In order to see this end screen secret weapon in action, all you need to do is watch until the end of this video, and before you know it, you'll be watching the next video in the next step in your YouTube education. Did you see what I did there? And since we adopted all of these strategies, this is how successful our end screens are today. We're now getting an extra 1,000 to 2,000 views per day from that end screen traffic source. So we're not making more videos, we're just being very strategic about where we tell our viewers to go next. And by a small extension of this strategy, you should also put the same video in your video description as a single call to action, and also potentially as your pinned comment so that everybody is going to see that next video link. By doing this, you're triple reinforcing the next piece of content a viewer should watch from your channel. And that is really one of the key elements to consistently getting more and more free views. What you make next is always critical. In a recent talk at a conference, YouTube revealed this golden nugget statistic. They said that on average, if 100 people watch a video on your channel this week, then by the following week, YouTube will have shared your thumbnails and titles with 700 people. In other words, for every view you earn, YouTube gives you 7 free opportunities to earn another view. Therefore, it is absolutely imperative that what you make next is what your audience wants to watch next, especially when you've recently been making successful content. You want to double down on that video topic, that video style, that video story, that video presentation. And this is a reason why, from a YouTube algorithm, YouTube recommendation perspective, for whatever video that works for that ideal viewer on your channel, the next time you release something, YouTube is going to tap that viewer on the shoulder and say, hey, we noticed you like that creator. Do you want to try watching this next? It is your golden opportunity to grab that viewer for a second time, a third time, turn them into, dare I say it, subscriber, even if I don't technically press the red button. Essentially, it's the same strategy as end screens, only YouTube's doing it instead of you. Hey, you got to the end of this video. I assume you found it satisfying. I recommend you watch this video next. YouTube's doing exactly the same thing through its home pages, suggested videos, and so on. Believe it or not, this is the very definition of free views. Instead of a viewer just watching one of your videos and then moving on, they're watching a second video whilst YouTube shares it amongst at least 7 more people who may watch a video. By consistently hitting that same audience, YouTube is going to get more and more positive data, and it's going to go out and find similar viewers to the viewers who are already watching your content. Now, YouTube kind of tracks these free views already through return viewers on your YouTube studio. If that return viewer number is going up consistently, more and more people are coming back to your content, whilst at the same time, YouTube is going to continue to find new viewers for your content. You can also kind of technically track this as well through impressions. If your impression count is going up, then YouTube is trying to test your content with more and more viewers, be it return viewers or new viewers. You know what? This is another type of freebie. Impressions are essentially free advertising. And the more free advertising you get from YouTube, the more free viewers you're going to earn. I think I've said free and views enough time in this video to trigger YouTube's secret algorithms. Alright, so you've probably heard the saying before about YouTube being the second largest search engine in the world. But you know what the largest is, right? Google itself. And since YouTube is part of Google, the integration between the two is so seamless that it leads to this: video search results. These are all of the views on the vidIQ channel over 2021. And according to the traffic sources, 2 million of them, around about 10%, came from Google. Now, YouTube doesn't fully track these views because there are no impressions or click-through rate attached to them. So I, personally, consider all of these free views. So how do you get your YouTube videos to rank on Google search? Well, first of all, timestamps clearly help, not only because it provides more detailed information to Google search, but when you look at timestamps on a Google search page, they take up a lot of real estate. Also, Google ranks content that best serves the user's query. For example, if you titled your video Best Dollar Store Products, then you're competing against all sorts of blogs and articles. But if you title your video Dollar Store Haul, that's much more in line with the culture around that phenomenon, and you see a lot more video results. Potentially more of a chance to rank. And of course, we would always say that the title and the thumbnail are far more important than anything else in your optimization if your videos are on YouTube. But when it comes to Google, you might want to think a little bit more about, yes, the title, but also the description and the words that you say within the video, because Google is always looking for context. Papers show that Google is looking at sentence structure and verbs and nouns and how they build a sentence in order to rank some of their content. And now onto the community tab. I've saved this one to the end because some of you may not have 500 subscribers yet. But if you do have it, you're probably not using it enough, or you're not using it in the right way to get free views for your channel. Let me explain it like this. When you launch a brand new video, potential viewers see it on their home feeds. Well, guess what? Exactly the same thing happens with community posts, at least on the mobile YouTube app. Now, community posts almost seem to have their own algorithm or YouTube recommendation system. Even if you're not subscribed to a channel, you may see community posts from their channel because you watch similar content. So in effect, you can have your community tab pull double duty. Not only can you reach and engage with new audiences, but you can promote your videos for free if you do it in the right way. Now, the key to all of this is in the name of the tool. It's not the promotion tab, it's the community tab. So engage with your audience first. Give them value within the post before you promote your video. What you need to do is wrap video engagement into a genuine engagement package. This might be through a voting poll that just happens to have a video link that's related to the topic. Or you ask a question to the viewer. It might be something that they're struggling with or a goal they're trying to achieve, and guess what? The video that you include in that community post may provide the answer. Simple status updates, images, voting polls that contain video links always perform far better than just simple video links in YouTube community tab posts. The simple truth is, video links just look like another video in a home feed as a user scrolling through. Whereas words, static images, moving GIFs, and voting polls provide something different, something fresh that distracts the viewer for a second, and it may get them to engage with it and see that video link. Free views. So after you've implemented all of these strategies and gained all of these free views, what comes next? I'm glad you asked. The YouTube algorithm. 100 views this week means 700 impressions next week. That got your attention, didn't it? And I bet this will too. But in order to understand that, and why thinking of YouTube as an algorithm is very dangerous, you'll want to watch this video over here. Yes, that's what you need to do next. Free views!